guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. Now in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Edge of Desire by John Mayer, which is a beautiful song. And the main riff itself is actually a really cool exercise for both your picking hand and your fretting hand. For the basics of this song, you'll just need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now, if you want to learn an easy acoustic version of playing this song, then I also have a lesson for that. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But in this lesson, I'm going to teach you all the electric guitar parts, including the guitar solo. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to improve in your guitar in general, then sign up to Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Let's jump into the lesson. In terms of tone, all the tones that you hear in this lesson are recorded using the Boss Katana 100 Mark II. If you want those tone patches, I'll leave them in the link in the description. For this verse riff, I've got a clean amp channel, I've got a bit of overdrive on it, some reverb, delay, and a bit of compression. In terms of guitars, John Mayer actually recorded this song on a Gibson SG. So if you got a guitar with dual humbuckers like a Les Paul or an SG, I would go for that. And I'm using the middle pickup position here. So it's a combination of the neck and the bridge. Now this verse riff has 2 lines of tab. So we're going to be using our thumb a lot in this particular riff. Now the thumb's going to be on the 5th fret of the 6th string, and our ring finger is going to be on the 7th fret of the 5th, and our middle finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string. For this first bar, we're going to start with the 6th string, then 5th, then 4th string, then back to 5th, and then up to the 4th fret of the 3rd string with your index finger, and then end on the 6th fret of the 4th string with your ring this time. Now your thumb is going to basically be the anchor here, and all the other fingers move around that. So all together. Now I'll also leave the suggested picking direction in the tab below. That's my suggested picking direction, but of course, if you're comfortable with something else, then you can go with that. Now, one other thing to realize is that this riff is palm muted as well. So for the majority of this riff, you'll need to rest the edge of your palm really lightly on the edge of the bridge. Now, too far in and you won't hear anything, and too far out, then it's just gonna ring like normal. So right on the edge, and you get that nice muted sound. Now for the second bar, we're going to start with our bass note, then the 7th fret of the 5th string, and with our index we go to the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then ring finger goes up to the 6th fret of the 3rd, then down to 4th, and then 7th fret of the 4th string. So this pattern looks like this. Now when I think about this riff, I tend to think of like a Samsung passcode lock where you're drawing a shape. And once you sort of memorize that shape that's being drawn, or that arpeggio, then it's really easy to sort of remember the sequence of the notes. So that's the way I do it. And the first 2 bars. Now those 2 bars are repeated again, and then we get to the 5th and 6th bars. Now it's identical to what we have in this A position, but shifted up to the D position. So we have the D bass note here with our thumb, but all the notes around it relative to that bass note are exactly the same. So and that's repeated for the 7th and 8th bars as well. So in total for the first line of tab. For our second line of tab, we're going to switch positions to a B minor position. So our thumb is now on the 7th fret of the 6th string. Now we're going to go 6th string, then 9th fret of the 5th string with our ring finger, then 7th fret of the 4th string, back to the 9th fret of the 5th, and then 7th fret of the 3rd, and 9th fret of the 4th string. So this bar. For the next bar, we start with the bass note, then 9th fret of the 5th string, then we go up to the 6th fret of the 3rd with our index, and then slide that up 1 fret, hit the 7th, and then go 9th fret of the 4th, 9th fret of the 5th string with our ring and middle finger. So and those 2 bars. For our next bar, we'll bar our index finger across the 9th frets of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, and our middle finger will go on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to pluck the open 6th, the 4th, then 2nd, then back to 4th, lift your middle finger, 2nd string, and back to 4th. So this bar. For the next bar, you'll take your ring finger and put it on the 11th fret of the 3rd string, pluck that, then go back to the 4th string, then with your pinky finger go on the 12th fret of the 4th string, then 11th fret of the 4th string, and then lift your ring finger, go to the 9th fret of the 4th string, and then end on the 12th fret of the 5th string with your pinky. So that bar. And in total for these 2 bars. And the next 2 bars, we return back to our A position. And these are the same 2 bars that we had for the first 2 bars of the whole riff in total. So now the next bar is nearly identical to the first bar of this riff, except instead of going to the 6th fret to end it, we're going to the 7th fret of the 4th string. So, and then to end this, we take our pinky finger, 7th fret of the 3rd string, back to the 4th string, then 6th fret of the 3rd string, and back to 7th fret of the 4th, and then 4th fret of the 3rd string, and back to 7th fret of the 4th. So, and the last 2 bars. And that's it for the verse riff in total, so it will sound like this in total. Next we get to the chorus riff, and this is fairly simple. There's just 2 lines of tab here. Now we're going to start with our index finger on the 9th fret of the 1st string, and you'll have your ring and middle finger on the 12th frets of the 4th and 11th frets of the 3rd string. Now we're going to start by plucking that 1st string, but you're going to slide up to the 10th, and then with your pinky finger come down to the 12th fret of the 2nd string, and we're gonna pluck the 2nd string. You can hit the 2nd and 3rd together if you want, or just hit the 2nd string by itself. And then 4th string, and then with your index finger come down to the 10th fret of the 2nd string, lift your pinky finger, pluck the 2nd and 3rd, or 2nd by itself, and back to the 4th string. So just 5 plucks here. So the first one is a slide, and then the pinky down on the 12th, 4th string, 10th, 4th string, and all of that together. Now that's repeated through 4 times. And then we go down to this A position. So it's ring on 7th fret of the 4th string, middle 6th fret of the 3rd, and index on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So we're going to pluck the 3rd string, then the 2nd, then your pinky finger will come down on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, then 4th string, lift your pinky finger, hit the 3rd string, and then end on the 4th string. So those 6 notes. Now when you're hitting that 2nd string, you can hit the 1st and 2nd together if you want to, but that's optional. And that riff is repeated through 4 times. So that's it for the chorus, which sounds like this. Now there is a variation to this chorus, and this is in the first chorus where it comes back into the verse riff, and it's just the final bar. And the final bar is the same as that normal A riff, except we're going to cut out the last two notes, and instead of going to the 6th fret of the 3rd string, we're going down to the 4th fret of the 3rd string and holding that out. So, and then we go back into the verse riff. Next we get to the bridge, and it's a slight variation to the A position in the chorus riff. So we're going to start in this position. We're going to start with the 6th fret of the 3rd string, then 7th fret with your pinky, then 5th fret of the 2nd string, then back to the 7th fret of the 3rd, lift your pinky, pluck that, and then end on the 7th fret of the 4th string. So those 6 notes. And that's just repeated again and again throughout the bridge. So really, really simple. You just keep going again and again. Finally, there's the outro riff, and it's really simple. It's basically the same as the second line of tab for the chorus riff, just repeated through twice, and then we end the song with an A chord like that. Next, I'm just going to show you the rhythm that comes in around about the bridge, and it's really simple. We're just playing power chords here. So we start with an A power chord, and you hold that out for 4 bars. Now this song's in 3/4 timing, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we go to an F sharp 5, so it's down at 2nd and 4th frets. Hold that out for 4 bars. Then a D5. That's at 5th and 7th, but our root note's on the 5th string. Hold that out for 4 bars, and then return to the A. That's the first line of chords, and then for the second line we have our F5 again, F sharp 5, D, and then we go to an E5, like that. And then the 4th line of chords is F sharp, D, and then A, and A again. So really simple rhythm chords that back the solo. Right, so now I'm going to teach you how to play the solo, which is a lot of fun. Now, there's not a lot of notes here, but as with a lot of John Mayer things, it's more about the feel than the notes he's actually playing. Now, on paper, it is a simple solo, but to actually play it with the same emotion and intensity that he does, it's pretty hard, actually. But anyway, in terms of tone, I'm using a crunch amp channel here. I'm using the bridge pickup. I've added a muff on this for a bit of distortion, and I've got a compressor and reverb and delay, of course, and all the tone patches are in the description below. So there's 4 lines of tab here, and we're going to start with the 12th fret of the B string. We're going to start the 12th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to hit that and bend it up a full tone. So you're going to hit it and bend it up to the tone that is equal to the 14th fret. So, and we're going to hold that out for basically 4 bars. So 4 counts of 3. The next 4 bars is identical, so you've got to do another one of those bends. And then for the next line of tab, we do another bend. We're going to bend up and release 3 times and then bend back up. Now, if you want to practice your bends, then make sure that you're trying to bend to the right pitch, because it's very easy to go and be stuck in between 2 notes. So if you're just practicing this by yourself, then make sure you hit the reference note first, get that in your ear, and then try to bend to that. Over time, your fingers will gain some muscle memory, and you'll be able to bend to that note without really even thinking about it. So that's what you want to aim to do when you're practicing this. So after that bend and release 3 times and the hold, we got another lick that goes 10th fret and then 12th fret, and then bend up twice, and then release, and then hit the 12th fret of the 2nd string twice. So that lick. For our next lick, we're gonna go 10th fret, 12th fret, 14th fret, and then bend that up a half tone. So a half tone means you're bending up to match the pitch of the 15th fret here. So again, you can use that as a reference. So, okay, I need to bend up to that, and then practice that. But in the context of this riff, after you do that half bend, release it, and then hit the 14th fret twice. So this lick. And that's played again. In the next lick, we go back to the 12th fret. We're gonna bend this up a full tone. Release, pull off to the 10th fret, and then 11th fret of the 3rd, and back up to 10. So, for our next lick, bend this 12th fret up again, a full tone. With your pinky finger, hit the 12th fret of the 1st string. And then we're gonna do another bend on the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And hold that up there, so. And then our final lick is 14th fret, 15th fret, 12th fret, and then bend on the 14th fret of the 1st string. Back down to the 12th, and then end on the 17th. So. Now, any bend that you do, I would really recommend that you do it with your ring finger and you back it up with your middle finger. So use 2 fingers here, full force of the 2 fingers to push up the string. It's gonna give you a lot more strength than just 1 finger trying to bend like this. And that's it for this solo, which sounds like this in total. And those are all the parts to this song. So not a whole lot to learn, but mastering them is the tricky part. And really giving those notes the emotion that they deserve for this song is also the hard part. So just keep practicing and you'll surely get there. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. Big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Tell me where's that taking me?
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.